This is the Lyndsay Stafford Show.
Welcome back to the Lyndsay Stafford Show. I am here with my friend Lauren Womick, who's the president of Kevin Sparks Pools, who builds some beautiful pools, including mine. We'll have to show some pictures of this, Jim.
Yeah.
I'll have to send you that to put in. Anyways, very excited to have Lauren here today. We are talking about failing in business and some journeys that we have throughout the process of building a business, growing a business. And Lauren is the president of the company, but her dad is actually Kevin Sparks. So you've literally grown up.
Literally. I delivered my first load of hot tubs when I was 3 years old. That's my fun fact.
That's amazing. Did you carry them yourself
I
too?
did. All the way from Jonesboro, Tennessee to Memphis, Tennessee. Can you imagine taking a 3-year-old?
No.
8 hours hauling hot tubs?
Oh my gosh. And that was with
He's
your
a
dad?
champ. That's when it all started.
That's amazing.
Lost my sister at a home show, the whole shebang.
Oh my gosh.
Found her. She was right behind me. I just needed to turn around.
Okay, so I can't wait to have you.
Just so you know, I'm just going to interrupt. I have the website up.
Oh,
while
good.
We're talking, so we can.
Well, we got to show also the pictures of my pool that they built.
Yes, absolutely.
But I'll have to get you those, I guess.
Which I'm sure is on the website, right?
Not yet.
Not yet, because she just got the
We just got
professional
photos
ones done.
done.
Oh.
Yeah.
I should put your family on our website.
Oh yeah.
That would be cute.
Yeah, let's do
Really
it.
Cute. That'd be
Look at us
great.
working,
brainstorming.
working on the podcast.
at
Where do we
Landell,
find you?
forget about this.
Yeah. Where do we find Kevin
That's
Sparks
right.
Pools? You're on
Yeah.
Instagram, you have your
All the
website,
things,
all that.
yes.
So pools here in Middle Tennessee, and I vetted a lot of pool companies before I built my pool. We worked together for several years in a professional relationship, with advertising, College Grove neighbors.
Yeah.
And I watched your team grow and build all these
Gives me
great
chills.
pools, and then you put mine in.
And I got to build yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were on the fence for so long, and I'm not going to make this episode all about me, but
it's okay.
I will say it is definitely like my happy place. I don't think there's a place that I was thinking about this Sunday, because like Sunday's like my day. If I'm home, if we're not at the lake for the weekend, I'm going to be outside by the pool if it's sunny out.
That's awesome.
And it is, I can have people there with me, or I can be by myself. I don't care. I'm happy just being there. It is like the one place that I feel like I can just get away and like not think about I can read my book in the pool on a float, or, whatever. We entertain all the time by the pool,
So great.
dinners. It's amazing. So we opened up this like whole other world on our property by putting a pool in. And I just wish we had done it sooner, but it gets so much use. I'm telling you, I probably do 3 loads of towels Friday,
amazing.
Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, because the boys are, they're like, I'm like, Ben, y'all using like 3 towels a person.
Yeah,
what is going on here?
Right. They're growing boys.
Like one covers one leg, Mom. No,
That's awesome.
So pools are your life. Talk to
They're
me
our
about how
heartbeat.
it got started. And I have met your dad, who's the founder.
Yeah, he's the GOAT. So Dad, he was building homes in the 80s, right out of high school. He's always been more keep a hammer in his hand. Like he's very hands-on, but also super entrepreneurial. Like he loves working and providing jobs. So he was building a home, and the home builder that he was working for said, "Come on, Sparky, we're going to go build a pool." Well, that was the first and last pool that his builder did, and the first of probably well over thousands of pools that he's built. East Tennessee, North Carolina, and Middle Tennessee. So we moved to Middle Tennessee in 2003.
Okay.
Dad started this company in 2014, but we've been in the pool and spa industry since 83.
Yeah.
This is year 42.
Wow.
Is that right? 42.
And he's still out there. I mean, he's out there
doing the thing.
work.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He doesn't, I love working with my dad. You and I have really similar daddy-daughter relationships.
Yes.
We really value that. And we get each other. Like it's not, that doesn't work for everybody.
No.
And it definitely works for us. Like he's the visionary and I'm the executor. So it works out really well.
I love that.
You dream it, I do it.
And it's so important in every business that there's a visionary and an executor and an operator.
Yes.
And
yes.
you guys found that special spot.
Yes. It was a total God thing. Like, can I share a little bit of my testimony?
Please.
So I was in women's ministry for many years. 3 years. It feels like many at some points, just because of just the experiences that I got to have. It was so cool. One day God called me out of it. Like he just said, your time here is done. And that was so weird to me, because it felt like I had made it as a Christian. I'm like, I get to work at a church.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what the Lord had used. Have I told you this story before? Okay. So I kept seeing butterflies everywhere. And I'm not one of those girls, like, you know, whatever. But I just kept noticing, like, this is kind of strange. I kid you not. I walked into the church one day and there was a caterpillar wrapped in a cocoon. And the Lord just told me, like, this has been your cocoon. I am morphing you into the woman I'm creating you to be for the next thing. I didn't know what the next thing was. I go to the beach, take a beach trip, because for me, like, whatever I need to do to reset, I'm headed to the beach. So I go down to the beach and then I'm like, hey, I wonder about Dad. He'd been running Kevin Sparks Signature Pools for about 3 years. And through my time in ministry, I had really spent a lot of time personally trying to find my identity in Christ and discover that and really land on that. And so I began to ask the Lord, okay, well, what does that look like for me in the workforce? Who have you created me to be in the workforce? Okay, so he tells me your strategy, organization, process, and planning. And that is, I can't believe I can still remember that, these
That's
4
crazy.
things. And so I just prayed. I was like, okay, if you want me to go work for Dad, you tell him and then he can come tell me. I kid you not, a week later, I go home, I'm talking to Dad about something and he's like, well, maybe you ought to pray about coming to work for me. And I whipped my hair around. I was like, where did you get that from? He was like, I've been praying about it, but I didn't want to like get struck by lightning or anything. I was like, okay, well then, oh, ye of little faith over here. So I'm like, okay, God, do it one more time. Kid you not. Lauren, maybe you want to pray about coming to work for me. So God took that little bit of faith and I started out as a service tech. I ran the route. I cleaned the pools, filters, the full shebang, and worked my way up to, because I want to earn it, right?
And you got to know it so you can manage it.
So you can lead it. Yes, that's exactly right. Like that salt cell we were talking about.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how God called me into building swimming pools. I'm very passionate that I get to be a part of helping end loneliness in Middle Tennessee by building backyard spaces of connection and community.
And I love your story. First of all, thank you for sharing that testimony here. And your dad is just like such a cool, grounded person. And, you know, I've not interviewed every pool company. So this isn't to say anything negative about any other pool company. I try to keep it positive.
Yeah.
We're just talking about, I don't really like to be. Yeah. But what I can say about Kevin Sparks is it's a different experience.
Good.
And I've known you guys for quite a while. I think 4 years now we've been working together. And the experience, there is no perfect in business. Every business is going to have opportunities where they make a mistake, but you get to make it right, right? And building a pool is not an easy task. There's a lot that's involved in that, but you guys make it look easy. Good. And I saw the whole process from start to finish and then also said, oh, by the way, can we actually change it? Because I want to add a whole nother 15 feet of pavers. And we made it happen, right? And, you know, no experience is perfect ever. Right. But when I think about what sets you guys apart, the desire, the integrity to do it right, not just do it right, like get the pool in and say it's done, but actually do it right when you do it. You know, we wanted to add this other extension on and Jeff said, well, Lyndsay, we have to put a wall here. Like we could do it, but you're not going to be happy with it if we don't, because it could cause the erosion. And so we got to put a wall in. And Lauren said, we're not doing it unless we put a wall. And I said, okay, whatever Lauren said, let's do it. Just put the wall in. If that's what we got to do, add the wall. Yeah. But because a lot of people wouldn't take that step, they would just say, we want to take the job and just do it. And in order to do it right, I mean, my experience in testimony for the experience of working with you guys, I thought that day when you guys were doing, so our pool's gunite and the crew was down there doing the gunite and I'm watching it. Yeah. Like I filmed some of it because it was just so cool. They don't even talk to each other. Yeah. I mean, it's like,
they know.
It is like this well-oiled machine.
It is a symphony. It is literally a symphony of just beautiful pieces that come together to make the most perfect music. And that sounds so crazy. No, it's true. You get to, like, to your point, you've seen the back side. You've seen the customer perspective. I see the 143 steps that we take from phone call to service route, like their maintenance plan. And it literally, we all know where our lane is and we thrive in that spot. And it's so much fun.
And anything that we needed to discuss or change or any, you know, stumble that happens along the way, we figured it out. And
because we partnered together.
Exactly.
That's what it's about is we look for families who want to partner together to build this space because it's in your head what you want. Yeah. We just are the tools and resources to build it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I said, hey, I think I want to do it because you guys had come out before a couple years before and we weren't ready to do it.
Yeah, I kept your name right there on the list.
Yeah, I was
future
like,
follow-up.
Even though we talked all the time anyways, but I was like, okay, come back out. Here's my budget. Can we do it? And what he designed is absolutely beautiful. And our backyard is pretty tough. We had a pretty sloping backyard.
You have the typical Middle Tennessee backyard. Yeah. Like straight down.
Yes. And it's a walkout basement. Yeah. Perfect for sledding.
You have to know what you're doing when you're putting a pool in. And
Yes.
I was even thinking, preparing for this show, I was like, okay, we had to be very strategic on who could be on what machines when at your house. Because if it was a little bit wet, it was going to be not a good day.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to know those things. You can't just go by the seat of your pants.
No. And
Like, it is
even
an art.
doing the second phase where we added on,
Yeah.
and I didn't want to take my fence down again. And I had already put the irrigation in and the sod.
Oh, no.
I was like, okay,
Here we go again.
but we did it and it looks good and we didn't ruin anything.
So pretty. I
Y'all
get
didn't
so
ruin
excited when I see your posts because my favorite post that you've done, because I tell everybody all the time, you're a connector of people. That's who you are. And you just share and share so well. Was the one, it was a Saturday morning and it was like 5 a.m. of course, in Lyndsay Stafford fashion. Yeah. And coffee and it's you by the pool and you're like, soon this place will be filled with teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
And again, here I go again, getting all emotional because I've had a child now and I cry about everything. But that's why right there, because you had a space for yourself, because you are serving everyone all the time. You're loving on everyone all the time. You're helping everyone all the time. You had that space for you. And then your kids get to be in your backyard where you can like nurture that relationship, not only with your child, but with their friends. Right there in your backyard. I think that's so cool.
It's the coolest thing.
it.
So if you don't have a pool, you need a pool. Call Lauren.
This is your
But seriously,
sign.
I wish we had done it so long ago. I'm so grateful that we did.
Yes.
But the opening up this whole backyard to, we walk out on the deck and we've got this beautiful, my friend Tina is an incredible, it's not her main job. She's actually a therapist and she's really good at that.
Oh,
she works with autistic children and ADHD children, but she's also a designer. And so she helped me design this beautiful space. So we have this beautiful round table with, a lazy Susan in the middle. So cool.
Perfect for pizza.
Dinner, pizza, whatever. And the basement's always stocked with every snack and drink the kids could want. But then you walk out and we've got this entertainment area and then the beautiful pool and all the loungers. Yeah. And the kids just are always at the house.
That's perfect.
And I love it.
Goal
I'm
accomplished.
like, just be here, enjoy it, enjoy this space and just be kids. And so there's a lot of basketball played in the backyard.
And those are memories that they're going to have. They're going to be, sitting in a seat like this one day, thinking back to that and just cheers to you and your husband for providing it. Cause that's just something that's amazing.
Well, it's awesome. And we're so happy to work with Kevin Sparks. So your experience was really great.
Good.
And I want to go back to the integrity that the company is built upon, because when I refer Kevin Sparks, which I do a lot and I'm happy to do it and proud to do it, I can't say Kevin Sparks is perfect. They're never going to make a mistake because that's not realistic with anybody. That's right. But what I can say is they're going to do the right thing. They're going to do a good job and they're going to make sure it's done right.
That's right.
And they're going to make it right if they have to make something right. Yeah. And so I want you to talk a little bit about the foundation of Kevin Sparks and how you guys came to be. Yeah. And I know we're going to talk about some failures, so we can talk about that. Yeah. For example, I know something must have happened where somebody slid down a hill because you just talked about it not preventing it, right? But that's how we make better decisions.
It 100% is
we learn from it. But talk about the philosophy and the core values. Yeah.
I think, we could talk about this forever. I enjoy sleeping at night. First of all, I was raised in a family where you do the right thing the first time, that has always been a foundation of discipline and honor. And I'm so grateful for my parents and how they raise us. They're 20 out of 10 parents. So we are Christians and we stand on biblical values and biblical truths. And we take that, there's going to be times where, we disagree and we work really hard. I said, my Womick family motto is, be holy and work hard. So that's why I'm going to put it over my door. Like the Tennessee football field. We can just slap it on the way out. Boom. But we are founded on, doing the right thing and making it right. My dad, we own a manufacturing plant for hot tubs too. And if it's like, oh, it's broken, we'll swap it out kind of thing. And there's contracts and there's agreements in place that are really for both parties when you get into building something like this, because there's there's so much unknown when you don't do it every day. It'd be like me hosting a podcast. I don't know where to start or what to do, right? Like that doesn't make any sense.
You could still
We're
do
going to
it.
call him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you call Jim.
Yeah, I love it. So yeah, we stand firm on that foundation, and it's not failed us once. It's not shaky. It's rock solid. And Dad has just been very adamant about that, and I'm so grateful for his mentorship in that way. Yeah.
But that's how he raised you. I talked about this earlier, but it's totally relevant to bring up now. We have a lake house that we rent out, and we have a golf cart there, and we had renters in there. They're actually from the area, which we didn't know until I said, I need your address so I can mail you a check back. And here's why, because the golf cart broke down on them. I guess a wire had gotten
pinched or something.
Well, yeah, and it touched the engine, so it was smoking.
Oh no.
No one was hurt or anything.
Good.
They handled it, really well, but I felt so bad that the day at their vacation had been, tampered, and they were fine. They handled it well, but I was telling the story at dinner outside by the pool. And,
Love it.
And I said, everyone knows in the house, the default, unless it's like rainy or snowy, we're eating outside by the pool. I love
it.
Literally
These are stories I love to hear afterwards, because sometimes we build it and we move on. And then I love to circle back, because I'm like, I always put that in my response when people leave a review. I'm like, I can't wait to hear about all the memories you make. I'm being honest. Like, somebody tell me.
Yeah. So we have dinner every night.
That's so cool.
We don't do family dinner every night because we are a family with teenagers and people that are active, but most nights we do.
Yes.
I try to make sure it's most nights we do.
Yeah.
And we always have one night, Dave and I go out on date night on Wednesdays, just us. But we have dinner down by the pool, and I'm telling about what happened, because we also had our golf cart at our house in College Grove break down again.
Oh man.
So anyways, we got all these golf carts out getting fixed. And I said what happened, and Ben, my son, who's 15, said, Mom, you sent him a refund for the whole thing, right? And I said,
parenting win.
You're right. And I was so proud that he knew right thing to do. We call that a
non-scale victory in our house.
Yeah.
Yes. You can't measure it on a P&L sheet, but it sure as heck is a win.
He knew at 15 that even though they didn't lose all their days in the golf cart, that the right thing to do would be to say, we want to go above and beyond because you were inconvenienced. And so I was super proud of him for that.
Heck yeah.
But I have a feeling that's how you grew up
100%. 100%. And having that modeled for me makes it so much easier, and I think it's a pretty beautiful thing.
And you got to take a hit sometimes on it so do you have a story?
I've probably got tons. Yeah.
Somebody slid down a hill.
Yeah. Well, actually I saw that on Facebook or on a reel, and I was afraid of it happening. So I really learned,
you can learn from other people's mistakes.
100%. And I try really hard. Like if there is a struggle or a tension point, especially in working with customers, because we live in an Amazon culture where you can click and get it between 7 and 8 the next morning.
Yeah.
That doesn't work in construction. And you can't even get materials. I mean, even if you ordered a vehicle, it's like 6 to 8 weeks, right? But
I don't know. We buy I buy used cars, so I don't know.
I mean, that's what the people say.
Yeah, we don't buy new cars, but I do hear that. I don't know.
I love her. But anywho, so I think managing those expectations, and I have to call it what it is. Mm-hmm. So managing expectations is a massive part of what we do. And so I would say what I did in order to try to fix that, because I hate failing. I hate it. Now, like you said on one of the podcasts, the difference between failure and failing. Failure, we're moving forward.
Yeah.
We're pressing into that. And my dad has always shown me the resilience of that. And, as an entrepreneur, you don't get to stop. There's no,
it doesn't.
I mean, you can, but who's going to put bread on the table?
Right. You don't stop.
Yeah. No. Mm-mm. And so I've really just watched him and copied and paste. And he's very much the dad of like, my ceiling is your floor, like go, but he's not ever going to stop. So we just keep getting higher ceilings, which is a lot of fun. But I think in areas that we fail moving forward is just hearing where maybe we have frustrated someone and learning how we can do better next time, and taking those as teaching opportunities and having vulnerable conversations with my team saying like, okay, what did we miss here? Where could we have gotten better? Yeah. Like we want to do it right by the customer. We also want to honor and steward well what we have. Like how do we, and again, it comes back to that partnership. Like you said, your project wasn't easy, but we partnered together so that we could talk through tension points. And I came out to the house and sat down. I was like, this is everything you're not going to like. This is not going to be fun.
Yeah, you did. Your the first part after I didn't know we were actually going to do anything that day. And I was like, oh, the fence is going down today. Yeah. Okay. All right. I guess the dogs are not going back outside today.
Sorry. That is a tension point. Talk about I have 2 dogs. I can't imagine walking them for that long.
Well, we don't have them anymore. One of them passed away last week, actually.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
He was such a good dog, but, his sister is living with the rest of their siblings on the farm in Ohio,
That's
running
so
around where she needs to be.
That's so fun.
Yeah, but it was definitely, I walked them 5 miles a day, every day, no matter what. Just they needed the walk.
That's what you do.
So they walked, but I still had to take them outside.
Yeah. In the mud.
Yeah.
Oh,
in the front yard. But we knew, I still would do it again in a heartbeat.
Yeah. But to that point, that is a tension point that our customers have.
Yeah.
Like we look at, and I have a little, right? So we're like, I understand the inconvenience of that. So any of those moments where we have caused unanticipated frustrations, we use those as opportunities to put a process in place or a system in place. That's why we have so many documents. Like I feel like you sign more papers than buying a home. But it's because at some point we didn't communicate clearly, and I have found I'm just going to put it in black and white.
Put it in the playbook.
Because it's so different. It's not like building a home, right? It's not like buying a car. It's so unique. And if you've never done it before, I have a family that I've built 4 pools for. So on the 4th go around, it's like, you need anything, Lauren?
Yeah.
But the first time, if you've never owned a pool before, understanding what a salt cell does is like, what?
Okay,
I thought I got
by the way,
a saltwater pool.
Your guy that came out, and it was so long ago now, I'm not remembering his name. Is it Brian who comes out? No, Brian.
David. Was it David?
Okay. He's amazing.
Incredible. He's my service man, director of service.
Okay, I literally filmed his entire presentation.
He is amazing. He's so smart.
So incredibly
and has so
smart.
much care. Yeah, he's so great.
This is the character of your company though, because David came out, it was cold and late because my pool was done in October and he came out it was cold for whatever reason. It was pretty cold and muddy and late this time. And we're out there and we got my daughter's boyfriend's with us and Dave. And I said, everybody's got to learn all this and we're going to film this because I will forget
You're going to use this. You're going to learn how to manage it.
Exactly. Everyone's going to learn how to do this.
Yeah.
Anyways. He's out there, he doesn't stop with any of the explanations of what everything does. And it's like,
you feel so empowered after talking to him. Like I can manage my own pool. Or you're like, I don't want to remember all that. So I'm going to pay them to come clean it.
And David is like, if you need me to come back out here when the season opens up, I will come back out and walk you through this again. You just call me. Just such a great, but I had that experience with everybody there. Honestly, everybody was just so good. So
we have a really fun time.
You have a really good team.
I call my team. We have a staff meeting every morning at 7:00. We go through every crew.
Are you there every day at 7?
Every day at 7. Well, 6:47.
That's when you get there?
I'm late if I'm there at 6:48. Yeah.
You get there at 6:47. What time exactly do you leave your house?
I'm late if I'm leaving at 6:16. So 6:15. I'm very arithmetic.
Clearly.
The child gets up at 6. We're out the door at 6:15.
Okay.
We're to mother's or my mother-in-law's by 6:30. We're so grateful that he gets to hang out with grandparents.
That's amazing.
Oh, it's the best. He's going to have so much wisdom. I'm at the office by 6:47 and staff meeting starts at 7. Like I watch the clock start at 7.
And then what time are you done?
Well, now that I have a son, I have to stop at 4:30.
Mm-hmm.
But before that,
But it changes when you have kids. It changes your priorities. We talked about this on another podcast today. Definition of success is, for me, it's I want to be able to say yes to everything. It doesn't mean I'm going to, but I want to be able to.
Yes.
That means yes to an opportunity, yes to a provision, yes to mom being present for something.
I love that.
Whatever that looks like. And I imagine you have that, but you're just very disciplined. So you stay.
I do have that. Yeah. That's why anytime that gets thrown off, I didn't realize how arithmetic I was though until like month 15 with him.
Well, you just told me 6:47.
6:47.
So you definitely
I watch it every
are.
single time.
Yeah. You definitely are. How's it been juggling? Because I know you're not the founder of the business, but you are the president of the company.
Right.
And you work really closely with your dad. Up until as much as I've worked with Kevin Sparks, I only just met your dad recently.
Right.
Even though I've worked with the company for a long time, you really are the customer facing person for the company.
Yeah. He gets all the background information. He gets debriefed several times a day.
Yeah. And he's overseeing like the
multiples.
Yeah.
As far as like we have the hot tubs and then we have this and some properties and that kind of thing. So
he's doing a lot.
And we call it grandkid time. Like my electrician called me and he was like, he asked me a question. I was like, I need to run that by dad, but he's already in grandkid mode. So I'm going to have to call you back tomorrow. And I knew like, he's already on the tractor with 3 boys. Yeah. Closed cab.
Oh my gosh.
Got him mowed field and the boys love it.
So your parents and your in-laws live right here.
Yes. Yes. We're 10 minutes, like right there. So we have our people. So
Isn't it the best?
It is the best. It literally is. My sisters are right there. My sister-in-laws, like everybody.
Is it just you and you have one sister?
I have 2 younger sisters.
Okay.
Yeah. So Madison worked with us for a little bit, actually with our gunite pools for a while. And then Hannah is a nurse practitioner, and her husband runs our manufacturing plant.
Okay.
So
cool.
Yeah. Family
and
affair.
Just you and 2 sisters then?
Yes.
3 girls. Goodness
Yes,
gracious.
yes.
Okay. So my parents live next door to us.
It's so cool.
So we have a very similar, we were talking about the dad
Yes.
relationship, right? My
Yes.
dad is like my business coach, mentor,
Love
best
it.
friend. You know, we walk every morning together or work
Love
out.
it.
So we spend an hour and a half together every day.
Yeah.
And it's definitely correlated to like the growth in my business and all of
Absolutely.
that because of that relationship.
Yeah.
And I think about how beneficial that is for the children. You know, today Isabel had
100%.
practice and I was like, well, I can take you early or you can see if Grampy. And she's like,
Yeah.
I'll just have Grampy take me.
Love
It's
that.
like, you know,
So perfect.
such a cool thing, right?
Yes.
But
yes.
building that's like lost, I feel like, in the world these days.
I had that with my grandparents, and I'm so grateful that Charlie is set up in that direction because to this day, I still FaceTime my grandparents, and they're 89 years old.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
That's so
Lauren,
cute.
honey, how you doing? Every single time. And it's the best 15 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
My grandmother, my dad's mom, is 92.
Love it.
And she used to make us chocolate chip cookies and put them in a Ziploc bag. And she always had a piece of bread in it to make them stay soft. So she would pack those up.
I
So
didn't know that trick.
I didn't know it
Game
until,
changer.
that's what she taught. And I'm
Yeah.
older, as I got older, I'm like, well, what was your recipe, Grandma? And she goes, it's the Nestle Toll House recipe on the back of the bag. So that's what I make.
That's awesome.
And that's when Ben loves when I make them from
That's
scratch.
so great.
So I send her, because what do you get someone who's 92?
Right.
She's
Right.
living, my grandfather passed
Yeah.
away 18 years ago.
Wow.
And she's just this wealth of knowledge. But anyways, I send her cookies every month. So there's Cheryl's
That's so
cookies.
precious. Yes, I know Cheryl.
Okay.
Yeah, we've used Cheryl before.
I love Cheryl's
Yeah,
cookies.
yeah.
I have like the passport thing. I mail
Yeah.
cookies all the time.
Somebody from SeaWorld using my email.
What?
I get
Wait,
receipts.
what?
I get receipts when SeaWorld orders Cheryl's cookies, and I don't want to take. Well, it's nothing like confidential.
Yeah.
But
It's just a receipt.
I just
Thank you for
love
your
that-
order.
Yeah, I just love that I get
oh,
it. So
what'd they
I'm
get
like,
today?
Go SeaWorld.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, when we're doing something local, we will use local folks.
Yeah.
But like my grandmother's in Ohio.
Sure.
And they have individually wrapped cookies.
That's so perfect.
So for Christmas, I just get her subscription. So every month,
That's
the
so
box
smart.
of 24 cookies shows up and she shares them with all her friends at the retirement home she's at. And she told my dad, she goes, I had 2 boxes and now I still have people coming knocking on my door and they're gone now. So I got to wait till next month's box comes. But it's so cute.
That's such a win.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Isn't that the best? I'm
Grandmas
like,
are the
I just want to
best.
keep going
Yes.
forever. But
Yeah.
that family tie
Mm-hmm.
is one of the things that I think sets Kevin Sparks' pool company apart.
Yeah.
And the relationship with you and your dad. So
Yeah.
can you talk a little bit about that, the relationship with you and your dad and how that's, because you as a very successful businesswoman, and I feel like I have that experience from my dad.
Right. Yeah.
Also, I want to hear a little bit about what that interaction has looked like.
Yeah. Thanks for asking. It's really fun to like talk about that because I want to honor him
Yeah.
for the work that he has put in over
Definitely.
the years. Like I said, he's always been an entrepreneur, sales, very driven. My mother, man, I'm so grateful she's watching Charlie because she's just such a good mom. Like she just thrives at it and has taught us so much. And they both just knew their strengths, right? And so like mother would just pour into us and emotionally, spiritually, in all the ways. And then dad he was the provider and just made it happen. And so I watched that grind for years and was very aware of that, like could very visibly see the sacrifice that he was putting forth. I'll never forget 8 years old playing softball. So my dad is a huge Tennessee fan, like bleeds orange. So anytime we played a sport, we were the Lady Balls. And we had the orange jerseys. Absolutely.
He was
100%.
coaching.
100%.
Yes.
Yes. I wouldn't play for anybody else.
Yeah, my dad
it
was always
intimidated me. I
coaching.
didn't. Like we were saying earlier, I'm not a big sports girl.
Yeah.
Down in my heart, I'm like sporty spies.
Yeah. The outfits anyways.
Oh, I
Yes.
can,
Like
all day.
do all the outfits.
All
but
day.
probably not going to do the sport.
No, not today. So I'll never forget he was traveling. Like a parent had gotten upset or whatever, and I felt so bad. And I like wrote him a note and slipped it in his carry-on. And like
I used to do that.
Yes,
stuff too.
I just felt
write
so
notes in
bad.
my dad's suitcase when he
Yes.
traveled.
Yes. That's so funny.
I'm still waiting for my kids to do that for me.
Right? Come on, Charles. So watching that all of those years, it's all I've known, right? Like it's what I've seen. I've seen the effort, I've seen the sacrifice, and firstborn daughter, firstborn granddaughter. If you've seen those things online, there's like, watch out for her. I'm like,
Yeah,
that's very
me.
true.
Yeah.
There is a grind that is instilled in me, and you work hard, and I'm really grateful for that. And so fortunately, he was right hand beside me, and he also is very willing to just let me go play, we call it. He's given me a space that I can just go use my gifts and talents and try, and he's right there with me to help coach me or advise me or say yay or nay to, which is really fun. So I think just seeing that over all of the years, watching him try, he's not afraid to fail. He is just willing to give it an honest effort and do the right thing. And just seeing all of those things, I'm very observant, and I'm one to just, well, if that works, we're just going to keep going in that direction. And he laid a really good foundation and cleared a path for us. So it's a lot of fun.
And you guys you've always lived close, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so we did not always live close. My dad and I spent a lot of time, my parents, we spent a lot of time with my parents. Fortunately, my husband, bless him, because you live next door to your in-laws.
Yeah.
He chose that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
He knew. My parents are instrumental in his life also.
That's so cool.
Which is amazing. And I've watched the relationship he has with my dad. They golf every Father's Day together.
So great.
And that's so fun.
That's so great.
Yeah.
That was on my husband list, and I forgot about it. I was like, we'll play golf with my dad. And then the other day, my dad called Jonah and asked if he wanted to go play golf. And I had this flashback because I waited on my husband forever. I didn't think he was ever going to come. I was single without a date for 6 years. And then I met him at the chiropractor. He walked out of that room and I was like, I'm Lauren, you go to New Vision, our church, right? And just stuck my hand out there and was like, I'll give it a shot. A year and a half later, he asked me out. Anyway, we're not here for that. But I say that to say, it was like, God, you see it and you remember, and you'll bring those things to mind to get to celebrate, because he doesn't forget. So
that's so cool.
Yeah.
Do you golf?
In my head, I'm a really great golfer. The outfits are great.
That's what I was going to say. You just have to start buying the outfits.
Yes. You just got to dress for the part.
And
right?
then you feel good.
I can chip and I can putt, but I cannot drive the dang ball.
Okay. Well, I can't do any of those, but I still do it. Dave got me golf clubs for my birthday or Christmas one last year.
You know what? Maybe that's what we do in 2026, Lyndsay.
Yes.
And then we'll have a Stafford Solutions golf tournament.
I think we should do it.
That would be a lot of fun.
We just said it. So now we have to do it. I don't know where we're going to have it, but it's out there now.
That's right.
Somebody come run it for us.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll hire an events person to do it, because I'm certainly not putting that together.
That's right.
I can barely put together.
I want to. I think it would be, because I like the pace of it.
Yeah.
I think because you can think.
That would be fun.
Whereas another sport is just so you can't think. Yeah.
If you go, I'll go with Dave, and you got to get the cute outfits, because then it's like, okay, this is fun.
It makes it fun.
Yeah. I spent 20 years in retail. Okay. When Dave and I first got together, he was working at H&R Block. My in-laws owned 5 H&R Blocks.
That's cool.
And he did my taxes. And he said,
I love it.
Where is all your money? And I was like, right there in my closet.
That's right.
Hello.
Yeah, that's exactly
I was working
right.
for Express at the time. Anyways,
that's fun.
My goal when I go is just to make contact with the ball.
Hey,
so
that's a
if
great
I
goal.
only hit it from here to there, that's okay.
You know what? I'm going to change my perspective to that. I've learned something today.
Also,
just make contact.
Just make contact with the ball. And also, every time I get better, in some holes, I'm like, I'm going to skip this one.
I don't need to do freedom.
I don't need to do this whole one. Or if I feel like I'm going to hold them up because I'm taking, because it's going to take me a lot more than par to I
love that.
I'll just, when he goes down to go, when he makes it to the, whatever it's called, by the hole, well, isn't it all the green?
No.
Okay. Well,
you got the tee box, the fairway, and then the green.
Okay.
I was raised on a golf course, but I mean, I can play
Jim hasn't cut in here and made fun of me yet. He's
Mic
waiting.
on.
He's literally waiting. When it gets onto the green spot, right?
Yeah.
Then sometimes I'm like, all right, I'll just go down there and just putt now that you're down here.
Like a scramble.
Yeah.
You just play from the best ball.
Yes. I
know all
don't
the words.
Yeah. See, you do know all the words.
I am afraid of failing. So I don't like, so here's what happened. Let's go, but you want to talk about failure?
Uh-huh.
So years ago, when I first started going to therapy for anxiety, one of the things I realized is that I don't like to be embarrassed. So I won't put myself out there, especially in front of people.
Many people
because
are
I don't want to be embarrassed. Who wants to be embarrassed?
Right.
So then I realized, I could flip the script, and then I'll just go to tennis lessons and learn how to play, and then I'll go out and smoke them.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I did. And it worked. So maybe I just need to quietly
I need to take golf lessons.
And I'll get out there and smoke them.
Yes. But you know what? First of all, thank you for sharing the story and for being open about sharing, dealing with anxiety is it's actually, we could probably have a few episodes on that.
I'll come back for that one.
With golf, for me, Dave and I have been married, it'll be 20 years this year.
That's beautiful.
And I just want us to have things that we do together that are active.
I love that.
And I don't love golf, but I love him and he likes golf. So I'll do it.
Yeah.
And we're just always looking for things that what's our next thing we can do together? We work out or we play tennis or, whatever. So we haven't done a lot of golf this year because it's been so hot.
So hot in Tennessee right now.
So hot.
And humid. I opened the weather app the other day and for the first time in my life, I saw it at 100% humidity. Right. I thought that was new too.
Wow.
I'm glad you responded that way because
100% humidity.
Yeah.
It feels like it here though.
Ugh. Yeah.
What do you have to say, Jim? Jim's
I haven't noticed
Doesn't
it
that
on
mean
the
that you're underwater at that point, or is that?
You would it felt that way.
I think so.
I should have screenshotted it and that we could have popped that up on the screen.
Yeah, show that too. So golf, I think that's good. I think that would be a good thing for you.
It's funny that you brought that up because I was thinking about that recently.
So there was this really cute golf skirt at Lululemon.
Oh, yes.
And Izzy and I went in there the other day.
Yeah.
And I really was like, okay, I tried on that. It's so cute. But it was $88.
Yeah. That is a thing there.
Well, and it's fine if you're going to use it a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm going to wear this 3 times a year.
Yeah.
Why would I?
It would probably still be worth it.
So she found it on Depop.
Oh, cool.
Izzy found it on Depop.
Love it.
I guess. I don't know. She ordered it.
Yeah, good.
She's like, it's on Depop for $25. I'm going to negotiate for 20. And I'm like, just give her the 25. It's fine. I'll give you the 25.
That's awesome.
But if you go buy some cute outfits and golf shoes, which I got a cute pair of little Nikes.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Then you're ready to go play. You're going to go home today.
That's it. And I'm going to go order it.
Yeah.
So what I hear you saying is go shopping.
Yeah. It's time to go shopping. So talk about, because you guys have a new showroom. Shifting gears.
Yeah.
What? Tell us about that.
Yeah. I was thinking about when I first met you, it was in the first design center that's just now my conference room.
Right.
And I remember the one thing I remember about you was all your rings were closed and it was 9 a.m. I looked down, I was like, gold, and your necklace. I've always loved your necklace. But I remember that.
I have a link for diamonds on my Instagram. If somebody wants to, they can do this.
They need it.
I have a link for it.
Okay, good. I'm going to go swipe up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember. And literally to this day, I still think about you when my rings get closed. Because I was like, it's 9 a.m., Lyndsay. How are your rings already closed? Hi, I'm Lauren. And you're like, I walk with my dad or I work out with my dad or whatever. Yeah. And that was, like you said, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
What was the question?
Design studio.
Okay, great. So that's where I met you, was in the first one.
Yeah.
So
that's now like offices,
off to the side.
And then you have the new design.
The new one.
Yeah.
So when you're spending the kind of money that you spend in your backyard, and you're spending it on things that you can't just go to Target and try it out first.
Yeah.
I think it's really important to touch, feel, see, and experience those things. Yeah. So we really brought that to life. And because if I say Techo Block, you may not off the bat know what that is.
I know what it is now.
You're right. Wrong, bad example.
But most people don't, right?
You're right. Yeah. Maybe I should have picked a bit different example.
Most people wouldn't know what that is.
No. And even like turf, some people think of real grass, but that's actually synthetic. And so we can look at different types. And do you want a little bit of browns? Do you want a little bit of blues in it? Now waterline tile. I've got 6x12. I've got 6x6. I got 1x2 glass. Yeah. And at that point, it's like a foreign language. Like you just watch them go like, oh my gosh, all my money just went out the door. Yeah. So we get to come in. I want to hear your story. And then I'm going to put products and services to that match where you want to go. And then we pin, whether it's budget or look or whatever, we go through from the pool shell to the waterline tile, the coping, pavers, all the amenities. And we make sure we have everything covered. We want you to see it, touch it, feel it, experience it, the whole shebang.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
You have to.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
And I want you to see my operation too. We're not just operating out of a truck. Like this is a full I have a monthly overhead, right? Like we are stable.
Yeah, you definitely do.
Yes, I do. Definitely. Like we support families, like we've got a ton of employees that I just love so much. I love my employees.
And you guys have such a great crew.
They're incredible. They care so much.
They really do.
I have to be like, you have to go home. Like it's time.
The level of care and detail and communication.
You can't train that. That comes straight from the heart.
You have to hire good people.
You do. You do. I can teach you some things, but if you don't come with the want to, that's not.
When you're hiring somebody, what is it like for any role at Kevin Sparks Pools, Signature Pools? What is I can tell you the things that for me, like everyone that I hire that's on my actual team, like it's all God's placement anyways, because he just put all these people every time I need someone. It's like plop.
Do you ever just look at them and you're like, Wow.
Yeah.
Like,
all
thank
the
you,
time.
Jesus.
Every day, every single
morning
day,
at 7 o'clock?
every single day. Yes. I don't do 7 o'clock meetings. I don't take meetings till 9.
That's smart.
If I have a meeting before 9,
Yeah.
it's because it like has to happen.
Yeah,
I don't
I love
take
it.
meetings before 9. That's my time.
That's smart.
But I also don't have
Yeah.
a crew going
Yeah.
out in, to work
Backyards
on
in the
pools.
heat. Ugh.
But for me, like knowing that they're truly a Christian, not just like, oh, I say that I'm a Christian, but like that's actually how I
Yeah.
behave. That's
Yeah.
fundamental to me. That's
Mhm.
like, it's not that I won't talk to you otherwise, but I know you're going to be a good fit for my organization.
Yeah.
And then the second thing for me is communication is so important to me. I need to,
I love that.
I need to know that you can communicate effectively. There's a whole list, but those
Yeah.
are things that like,
Yeah.
if I can't follow you, we're going to really struggle to work
Right.
together.
Well, and communication is such a broad word. So
Mm-hmm.
when we sit down, and you may remember this from when we laid your poll out, we sit down
You
and I
asked
say,
the question, what does good communication look like for you?
for you specifically.
I thought it was a great question.
Yes, because my question was, what are your expectations?
Yep.
And your answer was, communicate to me.
Yep.
I need more than that.
Yep.
Because that could mean a weekly email, and that may make you happy or make you mad.
Yeah.
Like, because when you're serving so many different types of people at the same time, they each require, just like children, when you
Yes.
have multiple children, every child needs different attention. Our customers have different lifestyles. They have different paces. They have different family dynamics. Like, and we're interrupting their life to provide Disney World in their backyard. That's what I like to say.
Yeah.
And so, I really have to hone in on that question. Like, what does that really mean? Like, do you want to be text? Do you want a phone call?
Yeah.
Do you want a weekly email? You're going to get that regardless, because that's my favorite part of what we do. But
Yeah, you guys are good with the updates.
yeah.
And I appreciated in the process the list. It was on our fridge.
Yes. Good. Mark it off.
All the things, all the
Follow us.
steps. So I knew exactly what was happening and
Good.
when, and I knew how long it was going to take. And
Do you feel like it built trust between us? And the
definitely.
construction side?
And
Good.
for me, I don't mind waiting if I know what's happening.
Preach.
I just want to know what's going on.
That's why I love
right?
DoorDash. I can track my order. It makes it so much faster, because I'm like, okay, he's on the way.
So I'm like, this is a whole thing.
Okay.
Since we put the pool in,
Okay.
I don't want to go out to eat anymore. I just want to order
Love it.
food.
Yeah.
And I'm not really one that, I mean, my cooking is like subpar. I'm like,
Preach.
I can make a decent burger and potatoes or whatever, but I'm not like, let me come up with this crazy meal. There's a lot of reasons for that. I'm gluten-free. All of my
didn't know that.
boys are, I have been for
Love it.
15 years.
No
since I-
way.
since
Before
I
it was a thing.
Before it was a thing. Yep.
Respect.
Since I had been, I'm telling you, something changed after I
No
had
way.
been. I no longer could tolerate it. I went through the autoimmune protocol, the paleo
Yep.
protocol. That was back when we lived in New Hampshire. So man, we lived in New Hampshire, then Maryland, and we've been here for 10 years. So this was
Wow.
15 years ago. And I went through the whole elimination diet to figure
Yep.
out the only thing I could not ever add back in successfully was gluten. So I've been gluten-free for 15 years. And so is my
Wow.
daughter.
No way.
And my boys, if it's a vegetable, they don't touch it. So cooking for
Yeah.
all those complications, I'm like,
Right.
we'll just order.
Yeah.
But I've always been like, we're not doing DoorDash. Like
Right.
somebody can get the food.
Right.
And now I'm like, I don't want to leave. Let's just have it delivered.
It's so convenient. That's how I thrived through the first year of becoming a mom. It's
I
like
bet.
just groceries and food to my house.
Oh, Instacart. Do you go to the grocery store?
No.
The only store I go to is Trader Joe's, and I wish that they would do
okay.
Instacart.
Sometimes I go
if you have to.
if I have to, but when you're working 60-hour weeks and you see your little for a couple hours in the morning, like that's prized possession time.
Yeah.
I can. Yeah.
The last thing I want to do is go through a grocery. I do like Trader Joe's. Isabel and I will go to
Yeah.
Trader Joe's and they have this gluten-free sheet cake.
Ooh.
Unbelievable. And these gluten-free muffins.
Yeah. That is nice about there in Aldi. You can go and like it's easier to be gluten free there.
Yes.
Some places make it harder.
So hard. It's much easier now. When I first started, like people were like, what's gluten?
Right.
I would just be like, just a grilled chicken salad, please. No croutons. That's like what I lived on. Yeah. I lived on that. Now it's like, we just had pizza from Soulshine, who, if you haven't been to Soulshine and Berry Farms, they're awesome.
Yeah.
But I had pizza brought in for lunch, and that's where they have gluten-free.
And you don't have to
pizza
think
there.
about it.
Yeah, because
That's
they
so
do a good
good.
job. So I want to go back to, yes, it built that trust. The method, what you guys
Communication. That's where we're at.
yeah, but when you hire someone to fit into the culture there, which when I think about Kevin Sparks, I think integrity. I don't think, the pools are beautiful. The pools are great, but I know they're going to do it right. And that's what I feel very comfortable telling people is they're going to get your vision and they're going to do it right. And it's going to be a good product that lasts for you. That's what you want.
Yeah.
What do you look for when you're hiring people?
I listen a lot. So I kind of throw out a couple different scenarios, and I also want to hear how they'll respond.
Yeah.
Because to that point, like I had somebody come in one time in an interview, and when they left, she said, "This was so nice. I got to miss an hour of work." I was like,
well, I guess you'll be going back to that work for a while.
Yeah. That probably won't be a good fit because we work what we need to work and then we go home. Like my office staff, they have a better like time frame, but in the field, there's just some days that you're stuck on a machine because the pool got delayed and all the things. So,
I think it was Father's Day weekend. They finished my pavers on Father's Day.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Because you were trying to get
Time
it in
flies.
with the same crew.
Yes.
And
yes. And
when Brian said they can do it Sunday, is that okay? And I was like, yes.
Yeah. Those are the one-off moments because we want to like knock it out.
Because you're doing
the weather has been so difficult this year. It
so
has
much
rained
rain.
and rained and rained and rained and rained and rained.
But my point is you just do what you have to do
and,
to get
and
it.
how the person carries himself. And, I ask a lot of questions. I try to do a lot of listening. I want to hear that my dad taught me to give an honest day's work. And that's one of the competencies of being a Kevin Sparks Signature Pools employee is that you give an honest day's work. And so I like to listen for experiences and stories that they have that proves that without me bringing out I don't set that. It's on the job description. You sign off on it. Yeah, I have a whole passion about job descriptions, but
so do I.
The job description. I'm going to teach you. When you sign that job description, you understand you can do it all.
Mm-hmm.
Everything on that. I'm just going to train you my systems and processes and blend you into my culture.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if we're 6 weeks down the line and it ain't cooking, we got a problem. You signed off on it.
Right.
You agreed. And honestly, I've had staff thrive in that because of that standard.
Yeah.
Like we're just a little bit different in that way.
Mm-hmm.
I do keep that kind of high.
Well, you have to. The expectation has to be super high.
If I don't, then what are we going to do in the backyard?
Exactly.
I am entrusting you into someone's backyard.
Correct.
Like if I don't trust you, then.
Well, and I admire so much about how you and your dad run the business because stepping out of the day to day, like being that you cannot be in every yard you're at.
No.
I mean, you go for the initial contract and whatever, but then you have to trust your team.
I do.
And I know as a business owner myself, that can feel really hard to let go of, okay, I'm going to trust you. But if you set the bar right, you set the expectations and, when my team is deployed, so and our consulting work that we do, because we do marketing and advertising and coaching and consulting.
I love that.
And in our consulting work that we do, my team, we don't just tell you what's wrong. We help you fix it. Like
perfect.
We will have a company, whatever it is, that we can identify the operating opportunities and say, this is what needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
And we could just be like most consultants and be like, fix it. Or we say, or you can hire us and we'll do it for you.
Yeah.
And so that means that sometimes my team members are actually deployed, I call it, into these offices for 20, 30 hours a week because they're doing analysis, they're meeting with the team, they're creating new systems, vetting.
Boots on the ground.
Yes, they're actually doing the work, right? And so my standard is like, well, you're representing my company when you're out there doing this work. So you're gonna
and
be
your
here.
family brand.
My name is that, right?
Yeah.
Like it's,
yeah.
We have to be. So you have to have really high standards when you do that because they have to know what to expect and they have to know what to put out, right? Like, what are you wearing?
And if they're not responding in that way to you, how are they responding to the customer?
Right.
Like if you can't respond to my email,
correct.
What are we doing to our customer? Like my customer better not have this type of experience. Like they deserve a response when they're paying $1 or $500,000.
Absolutely.
I don't care what they're paying. This is what
our standard is.
100%. Yes. And you were asking too about like that family aspect and just that legacy of that. And I mean, the loyalty that lies in that, I'm an Enneagram 6. So I'm a loyalist. Like it is just by nature. Okay. That is who I am. And, very, very much that way in business, when it comes to that. And I've got my employees' backs. But if there's truth that needs to be had, we can have those conversations and make it better for the next go around. And again, I'm going to keep saying it. It comes back to partnering with families. Yeah. It is a partnership 100%.
We look at it that way too. And when we take on new consulting clients, it's the sales cycle is very long intentionally.
Good.
because
Good.
we're going to lock arms with you.
I love that because I was reading a book recently about you only need 3 steps, and I was like, I have 6.
No,
At least I know what they are.
because that's good that you
I
have
can be
6.
a good guide if I know what they are.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to embed ourselves in that business that we're helping, and we treat it like it's our own. We spend their money like it's our own.
That you can't get on the list, right? I can pull up right now on my Google sheet and show you every step that we take, but there's so much more I can like describe to you if you could either we sit down and have a conversation about, or you come live in our culture.
Yeah.
Like I told you when you and Rick came, I'm like, welcome to my house.
Yeah.
Like you just get to come spend time with us and just
Yeah.
see how we do life together to build
I
pools.
know.
Yeah.
It's so good. And it's such
so
a good
cool.
experience. We've just loved it. Anyone who's not done a pool but considered it, and you guys will do a free
Consultation.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
And, our yard, I'll just reemphasize this. Our yard is really tough.
Yeah.
Really tough. And we were
I
able to
should
put
pull
a pool
up the
in.
GIS on yours to see like the elevation change.
Yes.
Because we didn't have to do that for your location, but I'd be curious as to.
It's pretty tough. And
Yeah.
we were able to do it, and we totally transformed it. And by the way,
Yeah.
my friend, John, good friend of mine,
Yeah.
who's a real estate agent,
Yeah.
said, Lyndsay, you're going to get every penny of that back when you sell that house. And we're not
believe
selling it anytime soon. But
Right.
I know that it was a smart investment
Yes.
to build. And there's not that many pools in our community.
Really?
Which is,
Well, they probably
we have
look
a
at the
beautiful
back-
neighborhood pool too.
Yeah. And they probably look at their backyards going, I can't fit a pool back here.
But you can.
Call Sparks.
Yeah. So
Where there's a will, there's a Sparks.
Yes. On that note, I think it's something, it brings families together, which is
Yeah.
what I am all about.
Yeah.
And I'm so thankful that we were able to partner and do it. I love it.
It makes me so
I'm your
happy.
biggest fan.
I'm so grateful.
And so grateful. And you guys are just doing such good work. I love
Thank
the
you.
family
I
atmosphere.
appreciate the affirmation. It means a lot.
Yeah. You guys are, I feel really confident. I've recommended you to a lot of people, and I'll continue
Thank
to.
you. Thank you.
So in terms of failure, you guys have failed forward, and look at where you're at. How long has it been in business?
40, I'm saying 42, but it feels like 43. 40, let's say 42 years.
That's how old I am. Almost
I love
43.
it.
It's probably, your birthday is probably the same as mine.
Yeah. I love it.
It's coming right up, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Probably. Yeah.
And continuing to
You
do
just kind
it.
of look up one day and you're like, oh, we did it.
Yeah. So real quick before we go, the new showroom is in the same location?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It'll be in the same location.
Where are you expanding?
Yes, we are going to expand so that we can have more of an experience.
Taking more of the
Yeah.
the strip
Yes.
there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It's gonna be
Keeping the
nice.
others, you're just going to gradually
Yep.
take over.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
And we're doing a launch party there.
Yes.
I don't
yes.
know if we have it on the calendar officially yet.
No, we do need to meet about that.
But I think it's in early fall.
Yes, where we can talk to people about how to, because so many times, especially with real estate, there's the idea of a pool, but
Yeah.
it doesn't. Customers don't always know how to make that happen.
Right.
So we can offer those free designs and consultations to go before you purchase the property. We can say this is what will fit to see
Right.
if that works. Because sometimes people are driven by whether a pool can fit or not.
Oh yeah.
So
I mean,
yeah,
it's a big, I wish I had considered it. It wouldn't have changed anything. And I love our pool. So
Yeah.
I'm super happy
You
with
have a great
it.
place.
Yeah, we have a great spot. So where can we find you? Online?
all over. So
All-
we're
every-
on the
Kevin Sparks
Google.
Pools. Just
We're
look
on
for
the Facebook.
on the Yelp?
You can Instagram us. BBB.
Are you on TikTok?
I'm on TikTok.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
on LinkedIn.
You know what? We did a photo or a video of me jumping,
We did.
and I got to find
that was
it.
a great idea.
And I didn't do, and that came from my friend Nikki.
I think it was December of 23.
I'll find it. No, we broke ground. It was right before we broke ground, which is in May
May of
of
24.
of 24.
Yes.
So I got to do a new one.
I forgot.
I gotta
I'm
make
so
that
glad
for
you remembered it. That is going viral.
Because that is a
Marker.
different,
Yes.
that was cool. That was
Yeah.
my friend Nikki.
Bibbidi bobbidi boo.
So,
Yes.
so
Yes.
Kevin Sparks Signature Pools.
Yes. So for real though,
Family
we're on all
owned and
things,
operated.
KevinSparksSignaturePools.com. And then we've got all our links to everything there. I have a really fun interactive gallery so you can click different things that you want to see and it'll help narrow down
Cool.
every picture on my website we built. That's super important. I don't
Yeah.
believe in stock photos.
Good.
It's very important that you see what you get with us and our consultations. You come to our design center. I think that's really important so that you can see our brick and mortar, that you can see we're an established company. You don't work with one person. We have a team of 15 that are working on your project at any given time. So it's a pretty good size operation. And then the products that we offer, I so respect how much you've talked about our integrity because we pick products that are full of integrity too. We can offer lifetime warranties on some of our stuff, which is unheard of.
Yeah.
And so especially with Dad having been in manufacturing, we can really find those manufacturers.
Yeah.
And we have several things going on right now. We call them Sparky's specials.
Oh
Is that not the
gosh,
cutest
that's so
thing you've ever
cute.
heard? That's on our website as well. So if you're listening here this summer, they're on our website and you can see what's going on at a good price. I'm very passionate that everyone should be able to have the opportunity to afford a pool for their family.
And your dad said the same thing when I met him.
Yes.
We're talking about multi-million-dollar backyards, and your dad said everyone deserves to have a pool.
Everyone, because of every story you've just shared. Yep. I want every family, every mom and dad, every sister and brother to get to have that experience.
Listen, my parents spent the day with me Sunday in the pool.
Good.
And the whole weekend we had it feels like the whole basketball team, a bunch of teenage boys over.
Yeah. One of the episodes I was listening to, your son, if somebody had left like a piece of pizza on a bench or something. I was like, I love it. Bring on the kiddos.
Yeah. Listen, I just need them to pick up after themselves.
That's all.
And they do a pretty good job. I have to reinforce a little bit.
Yeah. That's good. It's building character.
Yeah. Teach them how to do it.
When you come to Miss Stafford's house,
but a pool,
you're gonna throw your pizza in the trash.
You can eat all the snacks you want and dirty all the pools.
Well, that's why we use the cartridge filter, because it really does get those fine pizza particles out.
And we have the robot.
We love
a good robot. What we have.
Yes.
Amazing. Okay.
Love a good robot.
I'm going to let you get back to it because I've kept you way too long. I think this is way longer than our normal episode. So if you're still with us, thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Lauren and I could probably talk forever, but find Kevin Sparks Pools online.
Yeah.
My personal testimony, they just do a great job. And if you are thinking about a pool, don't think about it. Do get some information. Yeah. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Lyndsay Stafford Show. Like it, share it, comment on it. Give us a 5-star review. If it's not a 5-star, don't bother. 5-star review. You can find me and everything we talked about at StaffordSolutionsConsulting.com or LyndsayStafford.com.